in a way that we have never been joined before. Ask Allah Ta'ala to put away the shaitan and all of the things that would divide us. Ask Allah Ta'ala to raise this community and make us from the people that are deserving of His mercy and His grace and His rectification. Ask Allah Ta'ala to bless the beautiful women of this community and their children and to bless them for their efforts. Ask Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to make strong and increase the men of this community with bravery and righteousness, and ask Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala not to hold us accountable for our shortcomings. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala nabina Muhammad walhamdulillah. The floor is open for questions, inshallah. We didn't do Fath al-Bari, we did all of the preludes to the science of hadith and this and that last night, 2 sessions today. Alhamdulillah, we will make the audio available for once. We're working on putting it online, inshallah. The next time, any suggestions, I was advised maybe the morning session might not be good because people might not come. And that person, he was right. Only a few people attended, but if one person comes, alhamdulillah. I'm not trying to make anybody change their ways or come and do something different. I'm only guiding them to the water. It's up to them to drink. And if one person comes, alhamdulillah. This is good, but we're in trial period. Maybe people have suggestions to do it like this. Eat and have Dars Bain al-Maghrib with Isha. Maybe have some suggestion to do something before we eat and then after we eat. Maybe some people will say keep it from 10 to 2 with 2 breaks and cancel the weekend school to give the children a break and the teachers a break. Maybe some people will say keep the weekend school, do it different. Open for suggestions at this time. From the sisters and both the men constructively. If those sisters feel shy talking, then they can send by paper. Those who feel that they want to speak is permissible. In this case, it's open, inshallah. We'll take from the brother's side, the sister's side first. Because the brothers ate first. Don't feel shy, inshallah. Any criticism, any advice, barakallahu fi kunna. Allah bless you all. Please.
I have a suggestion.
But we said women. You're transforming? SubhanAllah. Allah mustaan. Sabr sway, inshallah. Just a little bit. Maybe they're gathering something.
Allah.
One moment, Sheikh. We want to see if they bring something forth, inshallah. Respect it. Any sisters have any questions first before we pass the floor? Okay. You can gather it and we'll come back to you. Somebody on the floor from the brother's side. Faddal.
Shukran.
Thank
you. I want to see a lecture next time about patience and to have a clean heart towards your brothers.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah.
That's the next khutbah maybe.
Inshallah.
And the second thing, I want the shura to come with the guidelines how to run things, and anybody wants to do anything, make recording, make film, come to the shura first.
Say the last part again.
If somebody wants to do recording, go to news media, make comments, make statements, come to shura first.
Hey, barakallah fi. In the first part, the Shaykh Hafidhahullah Ta'ala, and I'm saying Shaykh because his age definitely in Arabic means he's Shaykh. He's elder, mashallah, we respect that in the religion. So give the next khutbah on patience with your brother and cleaning your heart. Inshallah Ta'ala will make this a topic. The second part, if anybody wants to do any filming or have any what did you say the second part? Media, the statements, that they come to the shura first. This part, wallahi, subhanallah, it may seem, as the Prophet said, Bada al-Islam al-Ghuriba, wa siya'ud al-Ghuriba wa tuba al-Ghuriba. Islam began as something strange because people didn't have guidance. They came out of the dark ages. And then it progressed and it spread and then it decreased. And then when the knowledge was rejuvenated, it became strange to the people again, to the point the Muslims didn't know Islam. And this is how it is, up and down. Wallahi, in America, because of the issue of business and so forth, we make what's called masjid, first of all, Islamic center. If you look in the books of fiqh, and this is our religion, we go back to the books. We don't act like the people, Maghdubi alayhim. We know something's right, but we oppose it. Or we do like the Walad Da'aleen, we just do something on desires. No, we act on evidence. This is our religion. You read the books of the past, there's no such thing as Islamic Center. There's no such thing as a Shia masjid, Sunni masjid, Sufi masjid. These are terms that came later. And the Islamic Center part is because they make you do non-profit, make it an organization. We're in America, so we have to follow those guidelines in order to have a place of worship. We understand that. But once we do that, it should be ran according to the way of Islam. And not that the people who, unfortunately, this is the problem around the world, but more so when we talk about in America and the UK and Canada, where we have to follow those guidelines, the people who put the money up, which they should put the money up because Allah commanded, not because they want to or whatever. But people who put the money up and run the masjid, which everybody should give some sadaqah. I'm the imam, but I'm giving sadaqah. You don't know it. Everybody has a responsibility. But sometimes people find it on their shoulders. Those people, normally, they're the people who become the ones who run the masjid. And they take the name shura. Shura means that you just talk something over. It doesn't mean a committee of people. Shura means an action that you do. It doesn't mean a committee of people. But we made it a committee. Then on top of that, everything that happens in the masjid, it goes through them like it's their business, their home, their investment. Nah, this is a mistake. And this is part of why the dawah of Islam doesn't really spread in America, because the one who has the knowledge, they tell him, listen, we run the masjid, you got to come through us. But if it was like that, you wouldn't need a person with knowledge. You run the masjid on knowledge. So we have the roles mixed up. And this is not to knock anybody, this is just telling straight. So we have to make ta'awun, work together and come together mutually where we can in this issue. And it's not that you got to come to the shura, you can't make an announcement. If you're the imam, you should be able to make whatever announcement if you're the imam, unless you're doing something wrong. If you're going to give a dars, wait a minute, hold. You're going to give a dars, you shouldn't be dictating. I'm not saying here they dictate, but in some masjid they dictate. You got to talk about this, you can't talk about that. And it shouldn't be to the point where, for example, it's my dars. I'm talking. If he asks me, can I tape? And I say, yeah, la bas. If the administration say, but we don't want tape in the masjid, that's a problem because it's connected to the one who's teaching and the dawah. So these are the lines that we talk about. But if we're talking about security reasons and so forth, we discussed that on the side. But to make it a general rule, nobody could tape and nobody can make a statement. For example, I make a mistake. Nobody has to get permission from the shura to correct me. Stand up and correct me. La bas. And if somebody brings something that's falsehood, it's on the people who have knowledge to stand up, whether it be Sheikh Yusuf, Sheikh Hashim, or Dr. Khalid, politely, if they feel that it's in the best interest and the good outweighs the bad, to correct that in public. It's no problem. And this is the way of Islam. So the second part needs some discussion and some observance before we make that okay or not okay. But really, it shouldn't be with the taping and so forth. They got to come to the shura. And if somebody wants to make a statement, depending on what type of statement and the dars or something, okay, announcements, just anybody get up and say something, I agree. No, it has to be organization. But we don't make it all the way across the board that nobody can tape and they can absolutely say nothing without the shura. This is batil. As Prophet said, whoever makes a condition that's not from the book and the sunnah, then this condition is batil and the hadith is authentic. Now,
Got a question.
but wait for a minute. The sisters, you have something yet? Allah Muslim. Barakallahu feek.
The point of masjid and center,
Jazakallah khair.
is it? I know you mentioned because of the situation we are in now, but when you the masjid, as we grew up in the masajid, you don't eat in the masjid, you don't do activities in the masjid, you don't, the different activity we do in here.
Yes.
So masjid is mostly for the prayer.
Yes.
And that's in al-halaqat, like, durus.
Aywa.
So the situation is in America a little bit different. So when we do it this way, is it, the rules, what my point is the rules of the masjid applies in the center or a little bit flexible?
MashaAllah, that's a good question. MashaAllah, that's a good question. Alhamdulillah. Because you have the discussion of musalla, what's technically musalla, what's masjid. If you own your building, it's masjid. If it's rented, it's not masjid, it's musalla. And you have all of these technical things. The issue of the masjid, again, if you own it, it's made a masjid, then it's a masjid. But we say center because, again, we make it an organization, we incorporate it, and because we don't live in an environment where the Muslims are all together, and most of the time we live far away, it benefits our Islam to have things in the masjid. So you need a kitchen, yeah, you need hammamat and so forth like this. And the question was asked in one of the halaqat in Yemen about this issue concerning walima and nikah in the masjid. And the Shaykh, he mentioned, the Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah said it's okay to have walima in the masjid sometime because it brings the Muslims together upon khair. But if a person was to always do walima or always perform marriage ceremony in the masjid, then he feared it might become an innovation in the religion because they didn't used to do it in the Prophet ﷺ's time like that. So again, if we're eating, yani, for the sake of coming together, and coming together on the haq is a part of iman. It's a part of fraternizing. It becomes ibadah. So you can do it in the masjid. You can break your fast in the masjid with a date, la bas. The issue is when you do what's clearly haram, like we talked about today, the intermingling, and if it was partying and music and films and things like that. But the issue of eating in the masjid, as long as the masjid is respected, is clean when you finish, it's not left dirty and so forth. From the best of my knowledge, from the people of today and the people of the past, la bas, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala. Now, faddal.
Why you want to record any dawah and put it on the YouTube or internet? Why?
Why not? As Allah tabarak wa ta'ala mentioned, Idu ila sabili rabbika bil hikma wa ma'idatul hasana wa jadidhum billati wa ahsan. Call them to the religion of Allah tabarak wa ta'ala. Call to his way with good exhortation, that which is admonishment in the way. When you have to debate something with evidence, do it in the best way, meaning with ilm, and not from your desires. And Allah tabarak wa ta'ala said, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلُ الصَّالِحَاتِ فَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. And what's better than the one who calls to Islam and does righteous deeds, and he says, the shahada, I'm from the Muslim. Wallah, it's not to show off. I have many duroos that I did and haven't put too much of anything out anywhere. But some of the people advise, they want to spread the dawah, they want the people to know in this area. If the people feel that they don't want from their masjid what's taped and so forth on the internet, on YouTube, on the website, then no problem. But I recall on the website of the masjid, we have links of people that are clearly calling people away from the haqq of Islam. Wallahi. Some of the people may make mockery of Islam, the covering, the beard, and all of this stuff. If a person doesn't grow a beard, that's a sin. But he can't make mockery of it. He can make tawbah and be from the best people, generous and so forth. If a person doesn't cover correctly, no problem. She can make tawbah and be from the best people and character outside of that. But you can't make mockery of the people who take that and do it. You can't talk about people who want to call to that. Some of the people on the masjid website are those people. A'udhu billah, Yusuf Estes. They make mockery of al-Islam. And they call to holding hands and let's all make dua together. So you're going to make dua with a pope, a priest, and you're Muslim, and they're making shirk with Allah. A'udhu billah. This is, what's his name? Yasir Qadi. Wallahi, people think he's a sheikh. And he's making YouTube videos with, stuff that's clearly haram. And then the one who wants to practice iman, he's making cartoons with this person, being ridiculous. Allah musta'an. This is on the masjid website. And this is haram. People didn't know. They figured these people good. He's white America. Oh, he's popular. No problem. But they're calling people, as the Prophet said, ala abwab jahannam. You have some callers, they're on the brink of the hellfire calling like this. Man ajabahum qadafu fiha. Whoever answers those callers, those are straight callers, they're going to be flung in the fire. The hadith is in the Bukhari, the hadith is in the Muslim, and it's in that bookshelf right there. It's a serious issue. So we should be eager to spread the haqq of al-Islam. But I'll leave that to the people whether or not they want the durus tape from the Islamic Center and so forth like that. I'll be flexible with that. Even though it's my haqq because I'm teaching, I'll be flexible. If they don't want it, la bas. I'll do the audio and I won't put the video.
My question was not answered. This is not the question I asked.
SubhanAllah.
I asked a little bit different question.
You said, why do you want to put it? And I gave you why.
It was a general question that why you want to put. My question is related to the topic which you mentioned before we ate. And if you are on the YouTube, right? If some woman is gonna watch you on the YouTube and she wanted to meet you, then how you are gonna stop that?
Oh, you want to talk about that?
Yes.
Okay, but you should accept that. You didn't
No,
say that.
I am saying clearly.
Barakallahu fiqh al-an, inshallah. Let's be clear, because you said it wasn't answered. It was answered. But what you meant, you didn't ask properly. La bas, inshallah. Now we're on the same page. If we're talking about this issue, and wallahi, al-haqq min rabbik fala takun min al-mumtarin. The truth is from Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. We can't have that. Wallahi, there's a debate about everything. Some people say you shouldn't make video because it falls in the area of tasweer, pictures. And we know people have pictures all over. The hadith is clear about pictures. The hadith is clear that the angel don't enter your house with tamathil. And images, pictures fall into that. And some people say no, but this what was painted with the paintbrush. This is with a camera. It's not the finger being clicked to take the picture. Just like the paintbrush was moved to make the picture back in the day. But it's to be argued for the people, let them argue. But when you talk about dawah, some people make the exception that this is for dawah and not for ta'adhim. Because when you have the picture on the wall, it's a type of reverence. How great he was, how this, and this is how shirk became. But when you talk about on the video, it's for the people to see because of the issue of what they call interactive learning. And this is okay, just like if we open and the women want to see for khutbah, not bad, this is okay. But the problem is people coming in, they're going to look at the women are going to look at them as a distraction, but it's permissible. So that's not up to me if a lady wants to meet me and so forth. If she was to contact me, I will talk to her again with my wife there to safeguard myself. If she has a beautiful voice, I would say talk to my wife. If her voice wasn't attractive, and that's not to say she's ugly or whatever, but beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, then I would, deal with her, but still with my wife as a witness, because shaitan is cunning. He'll start whispering, wow, she has money, she likes you, take her as a second wife. I'm barely taking care of one wife, but it look like having a second wife. She might call me all the time now. Every day she has a problem. Imam, shake this. I'm talking to her more than my wife. I have to safeguard myself. Sahih. And how many people started off like that in the name of Imam, Dawah, I'm helping, and now he's making zina. So these areas, sometimes you leave them alone. As I told people, I'm not being no wakil for the ladies. They want to get married, let them go to the real wakil. If they don't have that, let somebody else take that. I'm not doing marriage counseling. Let them call Sheikh Muhammad Said Ali or Sheikh Bassam. I'm staying free from all of those doors of fitna. Walillah alhamd. Inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala. And that's the approach. But wallahi, you got me scared now. I might not put nothing up on YouTube. Zalullah khair. Allah musta'an. Wallahi, I'm thinking, just put whoever wants the video from the community, because I hope that the women are pure here, inshallah. They don't want the imam, they have beautiful husband. But I'm scared now, man.
We need to think
cut that tape off now. La ilaha illallah.
No, don't take it serious.
Ask another question. Let's say what you're doing for dawah, right? You know your heart and you know what you're doing.
Yes.
If any woman, she wants to make a dawah on the YouTube, then how are you going to stop that?
That's not for me to stop. I just give them the siha.
It can happen, right?
It does happen. You have women on the YouTube, wallahi.
You just said that you have to stop it, right?
No, I didn't say I have to stop it.
People make mockery and this and that, so we have to stop it.
No, I didn't say we have to stop it. We can't stop our own children from disobeying. How did the children just run over and get their way? We never tell them anything that makes them sad, this, that. Sometimes this is the bubble world. And I'm not saying be cruelty, but Prophet Sallallahu said, maruhum bis-salah bis-sab'i. At 7, teach them to pray. Wallah, how many people at 7, they have children at 7 and they don't teach them to pray? They don't command them to pray. وَضْرِبُوهُمْ مَاذَا بِالْعَشْرِ. And if they refuse to pray at the age of 10, the Prophet said beat them. Not the beating is going to break bones and bleed. A little tap, let them know you're not playing. This is permissible. Wallahi, some people never go that far. They just give the children everything. Ila nar, to the hellfire. No. It's not the real world. So I mean, if we can't control our own children, our own wives, we can't control ourselves. We know something's haram, we do it anyway. A'udhu billah. We know this is the hellfire, we run headlong. How are we going to control somebody else? We're not no door five. We're weak. And the Prophet ﷺ said, Iman yazid, la, mush qala nabi, lakin fihi dalil. Hada kalam ahl al-ilm. I was going to say the Prophet said, but this is a statement of the ulama, but it's supported by Quran and Sunnah, where they said, al-iman yazid bi-ta'a. Iman increases the more you obey Allah. وَيَنْقُصْ بِمَعْصِيَةٍ. And the more you disobey Allah, guess what? Iman goes downhill. Wallahi, this is a reality. And we wonder why we're in the shape that we're in this place. No, around the world is a ummah. That's the problem. So we're not trying to control anybody. The Prophet ﷺ, he didn't come as a guardian or watcher. He came as مُذِرًا مُبَشِّرِينَ وَمُنذِرِينَ, to give glad tidings to those who adhere to the right way, that they're going to be okay in this life and the hereafter, and a warning to those who go the other way, they're going to be punished in this life and the hereafter. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala said, Ku anfusikum. He didn't say Ku ahlikum, he said Ku anfusikum wa ahlikum. He said save yourself. He didn't say your family and yourself. He said yourself and your family. Sometimes you can't even save your family. You have to be patient. So we're not trying to say that we do this and that with it. We're talking about ourselves, that which we have the ability to do, based on our level. And if people struggle, then inshallah ta'ala we're patient with them. You won't find me saying this over and over again. That's on the people to accept the haqq. But sometimes Prophet ﷺ used to mention something like qawl zur, shahadat zur, to bear witness to a statement that you didn't see. You just keep saying something and you didn't bear witness to it. You narrate what somebody said. The Prophet mentioned that in the hadith about 7 most harmful sins. And they said he repeated and qawl zur and bearing false witness and bearing false witness. They said till we thought he would never shut up. They said that about the Prophet. But he was saying it to emphasize, stay away from this. Sometimes you're going to hear it over and over, sometimes you're not. But inshallah, deen and nasiha, ويعني ماذا وما كان رفقا في شيء إلا زانا. And beautiful things always come from being easy. The Prophet ﷺ said, nothing will be easy and gentle except in that gentleness you will find beauty. وَمَنْ نُزِعَ مِنْ شَيْءٍ فَعَلَ إِلَّا شَانَ. And if you take that gentleness away, then it becomes harsh. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us balanced with this issue. Wallahu musta'an.
I have a question for you, Sheikh.
Tayyib, one moment. Sisters, you have anything? Or you have your own halaqat?
They went to sleep.
No, they're not sleeping, they're talking, we hear them. Unless it's the children, and children, mashallah, very disciplined. La bas. Barakallahu feekunna. Tayyib.
Like you are an imam, right? Of this
Astaghfirullah wa
this
natubu
community.
ilayh.
I don't think you have.
Astaghfirullah. I am an imam.
Okay,
Ya Rabb.
why you have to say like Sheikh Yasser al-Qadhi is a mushrik?
I didn't say it was a mushrik.
Yes, you said what his speech is shirk.
Allah musta'an. I didn't
And
say
you
he
said
was a
yes,
mushrik.
that's
I
what
said
you
they're
said.
calling people. That's one reason why we tape Jazakumullah khair. For things like this. When we play this back, wallahi, afwallah inka. I just mentioned to say somebody's a fasik.
That's what I understand
mubtadi,
from your
kafir.
speech.
I said they are
Listen.
calling people to the wrong way and they are deceiving people about Islam. That's what I said. And they're calling people to what they call interfaith, where you can make dua, holding hands with the Jew and Christian. I didn't say he was a mushrik.
You said what they're calling for shirk.
I did. Excuse me.
You cannot get mad when I ask you. I'm asking you to be open.
لا بأس. بارك الله
Yes.
فيك. I'm not upset.
بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة, not you. I ask you a question. You like be
No,
an
I'm answering back. I'm answering back. Forgive me if my demeanor's a little, but I mean,
Okay.
I didn't say that. And then I just
mean-
mentioned to
I
you,
mean
no,
my
and then you
question.
insisted that I
meant my
said it.
question. You know, when
Hold on.
anybody, I'm ignorant. Okay, I don't understand what you said. But I'm asking you, you need to explain it for me without getting mad. That's
لا
the
بأس
simple
جزاك الله
question.
خير استغفر الله
Because you
وأنت
got
خير.
everybody. That's not the way
بارك الله
it
فيك
is. you know
جزاك
what I'm
الله
saying?
خير Allah يبارك فيك. You're 100% right. May Allah give me husnul khuluq and bless me to restrain myself. Amen. I hope Allah forgives me and you. You
Forgive me and you both.
جزاك الله خير.
Yes.
Allah, this is what's desired. Calm down, man. Get yourself together. When you talk about this issue again, I didn't say he was mushrik. Don't misunderstand.
That's what I understand. You need to explain for me.
Not bad, but
Yes.
yani, your understanding and what I said is two different things. It should be said, did you mean, or was your statement implying? But to say that I said it, clearly I didn't say it. People here can say, probably repeat what I said. And if I were to say he's a mushrik, then I'm talking something that I'm
You
preaching
said what
here.
they
and said,
post. You said what they post on the internet. They call it for shirk.
La, I didn't say that either. No, I didn't. I'll say it again. I'll repeat it. So you can understand me. Inshallah ta'ala. I said these people, they are calling people to the wrong way. They are deceiving people. And then I gave some example. I said they're making mockery of the religion and they are holding hands with people, rabbi on this side, preacher on this side, into faith. And they are making dua with people who are mushrikeen all together. How can you be Muslim and do that? This is deceiving. They make dua to somebody with Allah, they make dua and you make dua with Allah tabarak wa ta'ala like this in unison. This is deception. But he's not a mushrik. Even if he did something that's clear kufr, you can't make him kafir. You have to qam hujjah.
That's the
You have to go
that's-
to him, establish that. Wait a minute. You told me to reply, right? You have to establish the evidence to him. Even if he does was kufr and bawahid, it's clear kufr, you can't pass the ruling, even though it means he could be outside of Islam, you can't take that position until you go to him and make clear that he understands and the evidence in private, not in public. I understand the ruling. This is takfir if you make him a kafir because he does something wrong. This is not the way of Ahlul Sunnah. This is the dawah of those people like Bin Laden and those. That's what they did. And they caused fitna for the whole world, Muslim and non-Muslim. Because somebody makes a mistake, he's a kafir, so his blood is lawful. Walayadu billah. It's not my statement. And please don't walk out of the masjid understanding that from clear speech. I said they are calling people to the wrong way. They're misguiding people. They're making mockery of the religion. That's what I said. And part of it is interfaith.
That's what I asked you the question to clarify it for me.
لا بأس إن
You
شاء
know
الله.
what I'm saying?
جزاك الله خير.
Who's this guy anyway? The sheikh you mentioned.
Yasser Qadhi, he is making speech 2 weeks ago in Charlotte Masjid, and he have another, next Saturday he have another speech about the halal wal haram.
لا بأس إن شاء الله. حداه الله والله جميعا. He's in Charlotte and he's at the college, doesn't mean anything. Yeah, he's famous to the people who don't know. Like you just said, sheikh. He's not a sheikh. Yasser Qadhi.
Yes, sir.
He's not a sheikh. He's a graduate from the University of Medina. You call any of the shuyukh that he studied with or did he graduate from, they're going to say he's not a sheikh. He's a small student, like me. I'm not a sheikh. I made that clear. People say sheikh, imam. I'm a talib al-ilm. Bas, صغير. هكذا. Not sheikh. Everything has to be in its proper place. And I can't make fatwa and this and that to say what the ulama said in their books. You naql from the ulama, you quote from the ulama. I don't pass my own verdict, he passes his own verdict. And he makes stuff the halal that Allah tabarak wa ta'ala his message didn't make halal. Wallahi, and I seen it on YouTube. I'm not telling you what somebody said. A'udhu billah. But people who are caught up in this think it's okay. This is calmly, this is okay, this is flexibility, this is ease. No, this is istihza. You can't make mockery of the religion. There's ayat to prove that. So, and if he was here, I would advise him, wallahi. I'm not going to go out of my way to read his books, watch YouTube, and talk about him, but it's on the website here that I'm the imam of. And we're talking about this issue, I have to bring that forth. So on the website for everybody to see, somebody might think I condone it. I'm the imam. Then you go and click the link and see this stuff. So wow, what that imam on? So I have to make inkar of it. It's open, it's not secret. If it was secret, I would be wronging him. This is his honor, it's open. He has no shame, why should I have shame? Sahih. And scholars have talked worse about him. They're made redude on him. I'm not even going to mention that kalam. It's not the place. But for sure, this is deviation, like the Prophet said. People calling to other than my sunnah, calling to other than what's my guidance. Be aware of them. Ta'rifu minhum wa tunkir. Be aware of them and disapprove of them. Then he said, Du'at ala abwab jahannam. They are callers on the brink of the doors of the hellfire. Whoever answers them, qadafu fiha. You're going to be flung in the hellfire. Where do you think they're going to be if you're the father and that's where you're going to go if Allah don't forgive you or He guides you? You're going to be in hell too. So may Allah tabarak wa ta'ala guide us all. Allah musta'an.
Jazakallah khair.
Barakallahu feek. Khalas. Anything else?
I guess the sister know.
People have to go to work tomorrow.
Sunday, mashallah.
Let him finish.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك جزاكم الله خيرا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله
وعليكم
وبركاته
السلام.